So yeah, you can rent a van, no problem. The only question is you have to like give them like ID, right? You have to tell them who you are and like give them like a deposit. So what name do you tell them? And
Wait, didn't we
who's-
have this? We had this when we did the Hadia thing, and I
but
had
this you had the expense account for it, and you could just put it under the PR guy's name or Hadia's name. But you can fake one if you want to.
yeah.
That's fine.
I like the second that I'm asked for that, I go, hold on, let me find it.
uh,
A name. We need like a name and an ID and like a.
yeah. I'm.
Hello, my name is Mr. Burns.
So I hand the fake sim, and I go, Betty Redding. All right, Betty Redding. Betty
Betty
Redding.
Redding.
Redding. Redding. Betty
Okay.
Redding.
But I need the. Is there an
She
like an
was
ID
the only
number?
dead person during that day.
Okay, but where's the number? Where's the number that I tell her for the ID?
What? It's on the sim.
I like look
Okay.
at it. I'm like.
Okay, so you use one of the IDs that you set up
Yeah.
in advance. One? Okay,
Yes.
cool. All right,
Betty
yeah,
Redding.
it goes through. It hasn't been compromised yet. So it's a I guess that holds the deposit. It's like a fake credit account, and then it'll cost you. You have to pay with actual credits for the real thing. It'll be 50 new yen a day. And they can have it. They can have it ready for you today to pick up.
All right.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you got a plain ass rental van.
Wait, a plain ass rental van.
Yeah, like one that fits the specifications that you were asking for.
Does it fit the specification of privacy?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that's normal. It's not like you're asking for like an armored like car or anything. It's pretty on the
Alright.
level. It's fine.
Is it white or black?
Well, you'll have to wait and find out when you get it. You didn't specify that, did you? It's probably like chrome though, because it's the future.
The
It's
bright
probably purple.
green neon
Brilliant future.
inconspicuous van.
No, it can be. Look, breakdown. It can be any color you want except purple. Not allowed.
Yep.
Nope.
Not allowed.
No purple. So, cool. So that's set up. You guys have your van. What do you want to do now?
What time is it?
Like 4 in the afternoon.
Oh. All right. And when do we get in this van? We can pick it up whenever? Or
Yeah, a couple hours. Yeah.
They can deliver it to us or what?
Sure. It's like a decent rental place. They'll drive it off.
All right. Is there anything we need to do before we set up? Maybe there's some surveillance equipment. I don't know. I can go through my stuff and see what I got. But I think we could probably just go.
Yeah, you just want to surveil with the old eyeballs. Okay.
I mean, do we have that weird moment where we walk into like a hardware store or a sporting goods store and buy like some binoculars and
Well, I guess that's my question. Like, if you want to buy some surveillance equipment, that now would be the time to do such a thing.
What?
How much are like little cameras with a zoom?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Is
Oh
like,
my
what-
god, little disposable cameras.
how much is like, how much and what is like basic surveillance equipment?
So scanners are a thing, but like digital photography isn't really yet, or ever will be, because the 80s, I guess. So you would buy like a film camera, but if you wanted like surveillance equipment,
Are
it would
Polaroids
depend
a
on what you
thing?
want. Yeah, oh totally. Polaroids are a huge thing. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Surveillance measures. You could buy like a laser microphone. You could buy, you could buy cameras.
maybe
I want to.
Well, go ahead.
Oh, I want to be able to like take a picture from across the street and see what's in someone's apartment, like on a desk in front of the window, and upload that picture to the internet.
Okay, yeah. So you would have a camera that would put out like you'd have an instant camera that would give you a Polaroid, and then you could feed that Polaroid into like a scanning machine that would digitize it for you.
Okay, so how much is that camera?
I don't know. You just want like a regular camera with like a zoom lens.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say that's probably gonna cost you like a 1,200 new yen.
Okay.
Yeah, and then like film, but film is negligible.
What would if someone was good at photography? Would you say
Yes.
that they have a high what?
Like for skills?
Yes.
Well, it'd be a combination, right? If they're like perception is a big part of being a good photographer, like seeing things and being able to like recognize when a good like if you want to make artistic photos, you have to have artistic ability. But just like
So-
taking a technically good picture, yeah, it would be a perception type of role.
Could I be like? Could we say that everyone needs a hobby, right? And
Sure.
Crusher is a savant photographer who just takes like random
I mean-
fucking Polaroid pictures and then sells them.
The most beautiful.
And
Polaroid
people buy them for
pictures.
some reason. But the photos are of
mean-
like absolute like they're
Oh
the
yeah,
most
no, but that's what art is, right? That's perfect. Like
right.
look at this like huge violent chunk of a man and look at his art and people look at it and they all pretend like they understand. It's just like a picture of like a badly developed
I don't
like side of a garbage
I don't want
can.
it to be like a huge part of the character, but I want to say
No,
like,
but like a
everyone
thing-
needs a hobby, right? Like what the fuck does
Yeah.
Crusher do when he's not doing things? He fucking takes
Hobby
photos of
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have
Sure.
a Polaroid, and I will just mark down how much ever. It does not have a zoom on it though.
Yeah, just like
The
a
idea of a
standard
zoom does not. I don't get that. as a
30,
character.
35 millimeter Polaroid camera would cost you like 40 new yen probably.
Great. Mark that down.
Okay, cool.
Polaroid. Can't fucking use a pen. Yeah. Then whenever like Knight's ass, are you gonna be the one taking the photos?
I mean, we could all have cameras.
All of us. Just all take photos and see who gets the best.
Yeah,
I
we'll
think
come on
I would
Snap,
want to.
And Adam will be Professor Oak.
I think I would want to
Okay,
do
bye.
a camera of some
Yeah.
sorts. Yeah,
Okay.
or I'm sorry, not a camera. I meant a microphone.
Sure. Yeah, so in the equipment section there's the security and surveillance. You could buy a
What's
Yeah.
a laser microphone?
let's see.
Oh yeah, right when I get my camera, I start taking selfies.
Okay, cool. You run out of film really fast.
Yeah, you buy the film in the store, put it in the camera, run out, and then you're like, shit. You just buy more right
Go
there.
back in.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys spend a lot of time at like the Radio Shack.
Yeah.
So shotgun mic is just like a directional microphone for picking up sound at a distance. A laser mic, you shoot it against a solid object and you read the vibration on the object, so you can use it to like read sound on the other side of a window. Yeah, it's like for that. Like if you were outside and he was in his apartment and you fired a laser mic at the window of the apartment, you could hear what was happening inside.
Okay,
But they are different devices.
right. I'm just gonna get both. How much are they?
That costs you depends on the rating. They're 1,500 for the laser mic and 1,000 for the shotgun
Damn,
mic,
dude.
multiplied by the rating of the mic. So
Oh my
yeah,
god.
the better the mic, the more money you gotta throw.
Price.
All right. Well, I guess I'll just get a laser microphone at rating 1.
Okay. Sounds good.
Refurbished.
Totally.
Suck.
Okay.
Do we need
Would
anything else?
Yeah. Would anybody else like to do any shopping while you're looking for surveillance equipment?
I don't think so.
Nope.
My character's so one-track minded that even if he wanted to buy something, he won't remember. So,
I'd forget.
Yeah.
yeah. I think we just leave the Radio Shack.
Okay. Cool. And maybe it's not even a Radio Shack. Maybe it's like one of those like creepy spy stores where the guy that works there like thinks he's a cool spy, but really just reads too many Tom Clancy novels.
Sure.
Okay, cool.
I like that better.
Yeah. All right. So you guys leave the spy store. You have some new equipment ready to go. Do you guys want to like stop at the army surplus store and buy some like cool like tactical turtlenecks, or do you want to just go in like dressed like normal?
Well, I need to buy my mechanic's outfit.
Yeah. Okay.
What is the party city of the 80s? Or mechanics, like, where can I buy a mechanic's outfit?
I mean, there's like you could find a uniform supply store, no problem. They
Okay.
just have like generic uniforms meant to be embroidered with.
Yeah, we have like a quick montage where I'm trying them all on, and like the other 3 are just like thumbs up, thumbs down while there's weird music playing, stuff like that.
Yeah, and Knight's ass is taking pictures of herself.
Yeah, the entire time I think that she's taking pictures of Crusher, but she's just taking more selfies. We have to go buy more film afterwards.
I take a couple with Crusher.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool.
I like do that pose where you're like kissing your friend on the cheek, but I just stand there for a really long time while I keep pressing the button more.
Tick, tick, tick.
Awesome. All right. Cool. So you've got some equipment. You've got a mechanic's outfit for Crusher. That'll cost you 40 new yen for that.
Can we also say that I made a pit stop to grab bird food?
Yeah, totally.
PetSmart.
Everything. So what are you doing? What are you running all these errands in? I guess do you wait for the van and then do it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Cool. So it's
Sounds good.
it's a few hours later. You got all these supplies and you're you're back to back to the apartment and ready to get ready.
I feel. Let's see. Well, are we going to potentially go to the club if he leaves? So we should be prepared for that too.
Okay.
Do we have like surveillance running? We don't have like a guy watching the club, right?
No. Right now, you guys have just gone shopping. You know that he might be at the club because his girlfriend is playing there, Techno tonight, and you know where he lives, which is like maybe a 10-minute drive from the club. They're both downtown.
Okay. Well, I can't add to the planning process because I'm a.
And
fucking idiot,
to answer your question from earlier, the van is black.
Okay. Okay.
I could summon a dove to make sure he's there. Like, suggest that. Throw that into the universe.
The what?
Should I summon a bird or something to make sure that he's even there before we go?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I think that's a great idea.
Okay. I summon a bird.
Okay. You want to conjure a spirit? What force would you like your spirit to be?
It doesn't. I mean, all it needs to do is
Go and
go, recognize a person and come back.
Sure.
So I'll say 2, maybe just 1. It only needs to do one thing, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I will roll. Do I roll their force?
You roll the conjuring skill. The target number is the force of the spirit that you want to conjure.
Okay. So my conjuring skill and target number.
So where do you do this? Where do you summon the spirit?
1. Do you have? I doubt it. Do you have like a deck?
No, I don't think I do.
Well, what about rooftop access?
Yeah, rooftop for sure.
I'll go on the roof then.
Good
Okay.
call.
Yeah, you go up on the roof. There's some dude sitting out there, like there's like a little like shabby kind of like a garden, but it's really just some like wooden benches and like some planters. There's a guy sitting up there smoking a cigarette when you come out. He like looks at you.
I'm just kind of like, hi. I'm gonna be doing a thing. It's gonna look weird, but I promise it's not. Well, it's weird, but it's fine.
He's like, takes a long drag of his cigarette and looks at you like, yeah, I'm gonna go. And he just stubs it out and like gets up. He's like, see ya, and like walks
Okay,
back
have
inside.
a good day. Bye.
Okay.
All right. Woo.
Okay. So yeah, target number is 2 for the test.
4 successes.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Okay.
So so you conjure a small sky spirit. Can you make your drain test?
Yes.
And that was.
That is my will, right?
I think it's will. Let's say it's will for now.
Will versus.
Yeah. Oh no,
okay.
it's charisma. It's your charisma. It's will for spells.
Okay. Charisma target number is the same too.
Yeah. Yeah. All you need
3.
is you're fine.
Cool.
No harm.
Gosh.
Yeah. So this time, whereas like I've summoned, like a medium-sized thing and also a very big thing, this time it's just very small. So it's like a very small wisp of a smoky type magic, and then there's just like a tiny little bird that's just like on my hand.
Yeah. How much does it look like Bonbon's new bird?
Oh, I mean, their patterns are pretty different. So to the trained eye, you would know that they're not really very similar birds, but they do have pretty similar beaks. So it might just look like a very tiny version of the dove to somebody who doesn't really know birds as well as I do. But.
I mean, I was asking more to see where now that you're alone, like where your headspace was, like if maybe you were thinking about the gesture and if that influenced your magic at all. Or is this you exerting your like, no, birds are my thing?
I know lots of birds, okay?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I think that like as I've become like a better and better shaman, I have had opportunities to summon creatures of lots of different, powers and intelligences, and so there's probably like a picture in my mind of what that looks like.
Okay.
Sure.
So it just tends to look similar. But yeah, so it's just this tiny little bird, and I like in the mindscape, I like show it what the person looks like and where to go, and tell it to come back if it sees that person.
Okay. All right. So your bird spirit will go and watch for Takahashi. Cool.
I go back to the room or the apartment.
All right. What's everybody else doing while Breakdown is up on the roof?
I guess just getting ready to go.
Okay.
Freshen up the hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe put on my club clothes.
Yeah, are you pre-gaming? Is there music on?
No.
No music.
I don't think Crusher would go in, so I don't know what. I mean, maybe I have like have a conversation in the sense of I'd write to Breakdown and be like, I write like, no go to club, and then draw like me. I draw like the person with super long arms and like maybe put little lights. I can't. That's actually too smart for me. I just like hand that to him, and I'm just kind of like shaking my head like no.
You don't want to go to the club? Or I shouldn't go to the club?
I'd point to myself.
I nod. I'm like, no, I understand that. I kind of don't want to go to the club either. I don't think that I would really fit in. And I just kind of like look at myself and I'm like,
my eyes kind of light up. Then I like point to the two of us and I write down a notepad and be like, surveillance is a big word. I basically write a smaller word for surveillance and just hand it to you. I'm like excited about it.
It's just like
2 eyes.
It's like scratched out a million times.
Yeah, it's like it starts C scratch and then eventually it's just 2 eyes. Yeah, like it's just 2 eyeballs.
Eyeballs with dotted lines.
Yeah, like pointed to something else.
I like look at it for a decent amount of time before I go, oh, it's like we should stay home, right? You want us
I
to
just
stay
look
home?
like really, really sad when you say like, "Oh, we should," and then you say "stay home." I just get really sad and I take it back, and then I take the eyes and then like put those up there, then draw a building that says KLUB, and then put the eyes looking at the club like right there. And I'm going like this.
Oh, you want us to watch the club from outside?
I just nod up and down.
Yes, that's a good idea. We should do that. And I go looking for Bonbon, and mine are just like shimmying into her whatever clothes.
So what, Bonbon and Night's Ass. You find them, I guess, like in the bathroom, this like little apartment bathroom, like near the sink, and it like I assume the sink is like full of like makeup and like hairspray containers and stuff.
Yeah,
You guys are getting ready together. Okay, cool.
for sure.
There's a faint like chemical like cloud around the room as you approach it. Breakdown.
I just kind of like knock, like peek my head around the corner. Hi.
Hi.
So Crusher and I were talking, and we were thinking maybe because we don't really, well, like fit in a club, maybe we should watch the club from another building, and you guys go in. Would that work?
All right. First of all, why don't you fit into the club? Are you just afraid to dance?
Bomb threat, new single, Afraid to Dance.
Are you afraid to dance?
Are you afraid to dance?
No, not yeah.
The RU is in brackets.
Night's Ass just has her ear up against it. Oh, that's a good one, and just writes down the name.
Are you afraid to dance?
Well, I don't really have anything to wear or anything like that, so
Makeover.
You just hear from outside.
So you would go out tonight, but you haven't got a stitch to wear.
I haven't. Yeah.
Okay,
I mean, I wear the same clothes every day.
that's true. Yeah.
So-
Well, I mean, Night's Ass, is it breakdown makeover time?
oh gosh.
Breakover.
Breakover.
All right.
I mean, it isn't a terrible idea. We'll have the van. You could actually stay outside the club in the van. If he leaves or something happens, you're there. But you could follow him.
I'm confused now. What do you want me to do?
We're gonna go to his place in the van together,
Right.
and then we're gonna go to the club, and Night's Ass and I will go in, and you and Crusher can stay at the van.
Okay.
Breakdown. You almost lost her once before. You sure didn't want to come into the club with us?
I immediately look super awkward. Like looking at Bonbon, but not really wanting to look at Bonbon. It just
Yeah. So Bonbon, how are you? Are you already in like Bonbon club gear? Are you dressed up already, or is that later?
What do you mean? Yeah.
Like, are you dressed differently? I want to know what club Bonbon looks like.
Club Bonbon, the only difference is that like her jacket actually has like sequin her avatar on it,
Yes.
and then there's a lot of glitter involved, but that's only because Night's Ass introduced Bonbon to glitter. Suddenly it's like
Rad. Just throwing it everywhere.
Glitter changes people for the better.
Yeah.
Is one of my mantras.
It's not one of your
Yeah.
songs. It's just a mantra.
Oh, it's
so
everything.
it's not much different, but definitely Bonbon put on like a little bit more makeup, like total club,
Yeah.
way heavier eyeshadow than anyone should.
Well, and like 80s club too. So like
Totally.
Yeah.
So my hair is a little bit poofier than it normally is, and then the jacket, and then maybe you notice that my deck is like I have these special wipes that make it super shiny, because I have my deck
Of
always.
course, yeah. Because it's cool in the 80s to show up at the club with your like computer attached to you.
I mean, someone might challenge me while I'm there.
yeah, there might
like,
be a
I mean,
hack off, and
yeah,
you don't want to miss
exactly.
that.
Of course. Of course.
Hack the dance floor. Okay, cool.
So, yeah. Is that going to work? Maybe you guys just chill in the surveillance van and...
Yeah, we can. Yep, that works great. I'm gonna I like start to walk away, and then I come back, and you look really nice. I just walk away.
Thank you.
You walk back into the room, and I'm awkwardly trying to like pick up a glass, but my hands are too big to. It's like a coffee mug. My fingers are too big to fit through the loop, But I heard the whole conversation. He walked back in. I'm just like, and just trying to like pick up this thing over and over and over, but failing. But I'm just laughing the entire time, so I look like a complete idiot.
It's like watching someone who's really bad at the claw machine try to get the stuffed animal they want.
Exactly.
All right. So after the makeover, after everybody's all dressed up and ready to go, where do you guys end up prior to the like stakeout?
Where do we end up?
Yeah, who's going directly into the club? Who's like still?
Well,
hanging out
I mean,
outside?
we're going to the apartment first.
You want to go to the apartment first? Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
because it's
Cool.
like, I mean, this guy probably doesn't go to the club till 10:30, right? Because he's like a d-bag like that, right?
Yeah.
So
the party does not start till he walks in.
So let's go stake out at like 9:30.
Okay. All right. So yeah, so he lives in a big expensive like condo building. And the number that your mom gave you, like the address, is not the penthouse suite, but it's a very like high up, like takes up maybe a full floor or half a floor on the in the 70s of this building. And you notice like maybe more than usual Lone Star like cars patrolling the area. This is probably like a AAA security neighborhood. And very little like street parking here. Like there's all these parkades where people are parked. And then the building has just like a big open lobby, and you can see inside there's a like fountain that's lit from within that kind of cycles through a bunch of different colors. It looks like a big, fancy, expensive apartment for people who want to look like they live in big, fancy, expensive apartment buildings.
Does my camera zoom reach the 70th floor?
Yeah, but from the ground, the angle is such that you can't really see inside.
It's on the 17th floor.
70th.
70th?
Yeah. It's the cyberpunk future. All the buildings are like 1,000,000 miles tall. If you live in a building with less than 100 floors, you're a fucking chimp.
Are there any poor buildings, or just like not as poor or less guarded buildings around?
You don't see any like active security necessarily. There's just a higher police presence in this neighborhood. But there are several buildings around here, both residential and office. So you could probably there's probably an office building, not necessarily directly across, but on the other side of the street you could try to get into.
And if we were on the top of that office building, we could see into the floor?
Yeah, definitely. You'd have a much better shot at it from there.
All right. I communicate this.
Okay.
So you're saying we should go into the office building up to the 70th floor to try to get pictures and sound of this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And how are you going to get in the office building again?
It's probably stairs.
Is this where I throw on my hard hat and mechanic's outfit and just start walking towards the office?
Hitch up your belt.
Yeah.
I go for it.
Do it.
Yeah, you want to? Yeah, you could just go in into the lobby of the office building is open.
Maybe I get halfway across the street, and I kind of just slow down, and I walk back over to the car, and on a little piece of paper, I put "can't talk" spelled terribly, and just like plaster it against the window. And as I do that, my hand just goes through the window because I can't control my own strength. So then the note is just like in front of the group, and it just says "I can't talk." Like, someone come with. I'm just like holding that in front of the three of you.
Where? Are you trying to go to the office building with me?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. It's going to be a mechanic and a
Can a club
girl who's about ready to go to the pub.
Oh
It
yeah,
totally
yeah.
works.
The disguise. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I grab Crusher's arm or something, and I just lead him with me towards the building.
So when you get to the security guard, make sure to show him the doctored footage of Mr. Sakarian lying asleep on the desk. He'll totally believe you. It's gonna work great.
It'll work great. Only funny to people who are on or watch RollPlay Swan Song.
Oh god.
So, sorry. So the two of you, do you wanna like talk about your stories, or are you just gonna wing it when you get in there?
Yeah, I'm gonna wing it.
Okay. All
I
right.
actually can't talk, so we're good.
So you walk in, And yeah, lobby, big set of glass doors. On the inside, there's some like abomination of corporate art, like some awful like giant statue of some like it's a impressionist like triangles. And then right across there's a big circular desk, and there's a guy sitting at the desk with like a security guard hat on and his outfit. If he were played by like if you were a character, he's a Carl Winslow basically, but he's in work.
Nice.
And he's just sitting there with his feet up on the desk, reading a newspaper when you walk up.
So is his name
So-
Carl with a K and Winslow with a Z?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, perfect.
Is there a door he has to grant us
He's got a name
access?
tag that says Winslow on it, I guess.
Okay.
Is this like we can walk into the lobby and walk around?
You can walk around in the lobby. There's like a closed coffee shop off to one side, a little place where you can buy sandwiches, a bunch of benches around the corporate art, so you can sit there on your lunch break and stare at the corporate art. And then there's the desk, and he probably controls access to the elevator banks, which are behind him, so you can go around him.
So there's no stairwell.
Well, yeah, there'd be emergency stairs.
Okay.
You can see on the other side like a big exit signs in neon.
All right. So I walk up to him and I say, how do we get to the maintenance floor? There's a leaky pipes problem that this man needs to fix.
So he just stares blankly at you, and we see you dressed up for the club, and Crusher behind you, and let's cut to break and find out what he says after.
Great. All right, that's hour 2. We'll see you guys for hour 3 right after this. More roleplay Mirrorshades coming up. We'll see you then.